This is I Talk, Just Listen. Everything's allegedly and also my opinion. All right, then, let's get it. The collapse of Colorado was horrific. It wasn't good at all. They started out good, then ended bad. It just went downhill, and they couldn't get back up that hill. Let's talk about it. Colorado jumped out to that big lead. And for some odd reason, they just stopped playing. But I seen Stanford. They started getting hot. And when they got hot, they was going up and down that field. And they wasn't going to be stopped. That defense for Colorado is horrific. It's horrific. Ain't never seen a defense that bad. That bad at all. We don't have to put the blame where the blame need to be. At the feet of Deion Sanders. Don't get me wrong, I like Deion Sanders. Prime time. But the bus stops with him. One thing about that game, it was bad all the way around. All angles. From head coaching, receiver, cornerback, and the defense coordinator. Let's start with Deion Sanders first. I believe Deion Sanders is going to get on the right track when you get the right players in there and hopefully get the right offense and defense coordinators in there. But one thing I noticed from day one, for the first game of the season, these players lack discipline. I said it from day one. They seem to go out there, get a bunch of penalties, a bunch of unsportsmanlike penalties. It just seems that they're not disciplined and they're not focused. They're not focused. And this comes from the top. The head coach. So I don't know if the players is listening to Deion or are not listening. But with all these penalties and being up 29-0 and getting out there and getting all these penalties and team get back into it and beat you, seems like some of the players might not be listening. Them players there definitely need to be shipped out. But it does come from the top. Let's talk about Travis Hunter. I know he's been out a couple of games and just getting back. But he seemed wore down. I don't think he should have been used as much as he was used. Especially being out like that. He's being used on both sides of the field. And you can see the wear and tear on him in his game against Stanford. He was getting beat badly. He is playing too many snaps. And once again, it falls at the feet of Deion Sanders. Let's talk about this cornerback. I think his name is Stoutmeyer, number 23. This guy couldn't hold nothing. He was getting burnt every damn play. I don't know how the hell he was still in the game. Then, when he went to the sideline, he blew up on the sideline. Seemed like he was hollering at Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. That would have seemed to me like he was hollering at him or something. I don't know. He might have been upset or hollering at somebody else, but seemed like his direction was towards Deion Sanders. That's what I said earlier about the discipline. You can tell that the guy wasn't disciplined. The way he was arguing at Coach Deion. All I can say is, if that was me as a coach, the way you was acting on that sideline on national TV, trying to show up the coach, you won't see that field for a long time. Your ass will be in that portal being shipped somewhere else. You will not get back on that field. Especially the way you was playing. That guy was horrible. He was horrible. It was just pure embarrassment. That's all it was. Embarrassment. Then you got the nerve you want to holler at somebody on the sideline because of your poor play. I'm pretty sure 23 will be on the chopping block. Now let's talk about this defensive coordinator. This guy is not really good. This guy was hired as a defensive coordinator at Florida State back in 2014 after they won the championship. Because after they won the championship, the defensive coordinator moved on to another team. And he was hired to replace him. Now, this is a top-tier defense back then when they hired him. And when they hired him, that top-tier defense went downhill. That's where it went, downhill. His schemes for as a defense coordinator is not good. He got so bad down there in Florida State. When it came down to third down, all the fans in the stadium started hollering third down and Kelly. That's how bad it was. So when the head coach, Jimbo Fisher, moved on, he didn't even bother to take his defensive coordinator with him. That's how bad it was. Coach Kelly seemed to be fired up and animated, hollering and screaming on the sideline. All that ain't nothing if the players ain't producing. They say he's a great recruiter. Maybe he need to take that job and stop being a defensive coordinator. He's not good at that. And he done had a history of not being a good defensive coordinator. Colorado coaching and staff is to blame for this epic collapse. And that is what it is. I'm tired of talking about Colorado. Out here losing that damn game, being up 29-0. I don't know what the hell is going on out there. I know one thing, 23 is supposed to be a 3-star, but he played like a 1-star. It was total embarrassment. I'm laying it at Deion's feet. We're going to see if they can bounce back at UCLA next week. This is I Talk, Just Listen. Hit that subscribe, like, and share, and I'm out.